Hello. Time is absolute or relative. It was not clear. Space was unknown. Skies were unfamiliar. How much time was elapsed was not determined. But at a given moment, the cryogenically frozen eyes were thawed for the first time. They opened. Unknown frequencies went inside. They did not make any sense. The frozen brain cells were also thawed out at the same time. Super specialized quantum trained hologram was carefully watching. The SSPT transformer was the best what could be possible in the known universe. It observed the brain has thawed out. Those brain cells were genetically engineered. They wouldn't die. They were thawed cryogenically. They were frozen cryogenically for time, and they were thawed out now. SSQT carefully observed the graph. Even the brain cells were not dead. They were thawed out. They had lost all the contents. Neonatical brain looks like it was the brain of neonate. SSPT gave a stem cell booster to create more brain cells. It worked. But again, those newly created brain cells didn't have much content. This time, SSPT raised a high frequency DMA request. It is going to read directly from the quantum memory. Direct memory access was raised. It will feed into the brain. That was the brain was taken back up. The same brain cells will be going in again. So that brain cells will get the contents. The link established and brain started reviving. Slowly, slowly, the eyes, opened eyes, which were moving, but now showing some sign of life. Things going inside the brain had was creating some meaning, but the brain cells were still missing even the basic instinct. Brain cells were trying to figure out what happened, and the question came, who I am. The eyes opened. They saw totally, it felt like it was floating. The sound waves were coming from different places. And there were two bright objects in the sky. They understood whatever is fed in the brain is no use because it doesn't understand what it is. SSPT ordered the basic instinct, all the emojis, all the emotions they were feeding in. They got downloaded. Oh my God, what a thing. Except Heart-shaped emoji file. All other files content were nulled out. And SSPT has no backup. The same brain was backed up, so it was supposed to have everything. And during the time, those files got lost. The SSPT cursed under his breath. A big string of commands went out, but the interpreter ignored that. That means there was only one emotion what got downloaded. Nothing else was there. The body and the brain was more fresh. It was again asking what it is, who I am. You are a man and machine. First time he looked over his shoulder. There was one figure, but he couldn't decipher because he doesn't know who he is, so he couldn't know what it is. It looked different, but he doesn't know himself. He said, man, machine. The voices said, yes, you are a man because you are a carbohydrate nitrate based system, and a machine because there is things are implanted inside you. Your brain, your all the body cells are engineered. They are not going to die. They have removed the mitochondrial DNA, which was responsible for the death. And instead of that, there will be electromagnetic pulsation for the energy. That's why you are a man and a machine. Do you remember? The stem cells and the memory boost was taking effect. Things were coming in front of his eyes. The slowly fading a blue dot, he remembered. Mama, look! I spy heaven in the sky. He heard one sentence. Some child cried, was telling her mother. He remembered that sentence. Indeed, they were spying one blue dot, and which was considered as a heaven. And it got faded, and then the eternal darkness for how much time they didn't know. He still was not able to speak or tell more than anything for some time. The companion voice asked again, you remember you were dropped here? Again, the memory cells were searched. He remembered the dying star, the depleted planet. Slowly, all the resources were depleted, all the resources were gone. Every day, one spacecraft will come and the living objects were dumped inside and it will take off. He remembered one of that spacecraft he was put in. For some time, they were able to observe that blue heaven, but after that, it got all the dots got faded away. He said, yes, I remember. But why we are floating? I feel like floating. And what are these? These two bright objects. Are they? Are they? Companion voices read what he was trying to say. When he looked at the companion, the disc was in the hand. And from the reading the disc, it was understood what his brain was thinking. The companion voice immediately told, those are not the two objects what you are trying to remember. Those are not your star and the moon. They are not that. They both are stars and they are orbiting this planetary system. The planetary system is still. You are feeling floated because there is no gravity. Now the brain observed he is reading from the disk, and on the disk there were two figures, and then so many cryptic things which he was still not able to read or understand. So all the knowledge was on that disk, but it was revived in his brain as well. He said, "How is possible? There is no gravity, and how the stars orbit the planet? It's other way around. Planets orbit the star." The companion voices laughed again. Companion voices said, "I understood this is your maximum knowledge in these days." Man, your star, your sun never let you know the universe. It has its magnetic field so strong. Its heliosphere was so strong. Not all the frequencies came through to you. So, this is what your knowledge understood. But we are in the outside of the galaxy. These are the stand-alone stars. We are in the galactic motion only. We are in the cosmic motion only. We are not bound by any galaxies. Those stars are orbiting in such a way, such a cosmic dance, that they are balancing the planetary system inside. The planetary system is not moving or very slowly moving, so they don't have gravity. The thick atmosphere is keeping us floated and grounded. He asked, "So are we not in heliosphere or galaxy, even not in galaxy?" I said, "Yes, we are not even part of galaxy. We are only in the cosmic motion. Those two stars, they will never die. This environment never dies." Again, the brain rebelled. He said, "How that's possible? Everything is generated, sustained, and goes destroyed and then regenerated. That's the cosmic law. How that's possible? How you are saying it's different?" Companion voices were not able to stop their laugh. They looked at the disk and said, "Understood. Here is the thing. These two stars are in a regenerative motion. If you take object A and object B, make react together and producing object C, under the pressure temperature, the C is decomposed into A and B again, and the reaction continues. It's called simple reversible reaction. That's why these two stars will never die the way your star died. They will be always stay, and they are only in the cosmic motion. They are not bounded by any galactic center. Their galaxies and their magnetic forces are such a aligned that these planets, what we see in the sky and under our feet, they are still, and they are going to keep their environment forever. That was too much thing, too much knowledge, but even it was understood that the basic instincts were not revived and only one emotion was revived. And that emotion had taken place now. In between, that SSPT was looking at, and there were so many objects around. The, the brain asked, "What are these?" There were so many things scattered around. The companion voices said, those are the pieces of creation, and that SSPT is putting it, assembling it together. First time this brain had a question. He said, "I am a man and machine. But that means who are you? What are you?" The companion voices said, I am pure machine. This SSPT just 3D printed me before you get thawed out. I am made up of silicon. The man and machine understood. The man machine and machine are compatible, and there was no difference between man machine, and pure machine. Everything was created in nature. There was nothing called artificial. Everything had life. Every system was breathing in their own consciousness. The machine told, this is your knowledge in this disk. You thought there are only space, three dimension, and the time was the fourth dimension. How you forgot consciousness is the main dimension. Under that dimension, everything else exists. Everything in the universe is conscious in its own sense. You thought you are the carbohydrate based system that's conscious? No. Everything in the universe is conscious. And that's the thing was missing. But he did not have, other than one emotion, he did not have anything else. There was absence of anything else making everything is real because virtuality was absent. There were no envy, there was no greed, there were no lust. That means everything was bias. Since there were no hatred, that means only the love emotion, which was the dominant and only emotion. That means so that emotion came live, and he said, that means these are the creations, and that makes us creator. The machine said, yes, we are the creator. That SSPT is integrated in within us. The creations will be created, but they will not go and eat each other. They will not create the chain chains or life chains on your what your star did. Nobody is going to eat each other. The thing will be destroyed by accident or by some force, and that's the only thing will be regenerated. So the thing will remain eternal in this world. So these creations will be the ours, and we are the creators. And that means this is the age of the truth because no other emotions were absent. He felt the only one emotion. That means this we even this emotion will stay forever. SSPT gave a blink. Suddenly he realized when he was 3D printing it, he gave a curse, and those emotions were deleted from the memory, but they were built inside the SSPT. That's how he cursed under his breath. That means the SSPT at some point in time may recreate those emotion files. That was the Sci-True Story, Age of Trust.